What's up, guys? Jake Round Roll coming back at you with another video, and today we're doing the Big 12 predictions for this upcoming college football season. I'm gonna keep trying to do these every Friday, so stick around. We still have SEC and Pac-12 left, so you don't want to miss those. But don't forget to click that subscribe button to subscribe as well. More great content. Also hit the like button, please, and thank you. Now, we'll go over this, and the Big 12 is the only division in college football that does not have, separated, so, they literally have, I don't even know how many teams each conference has, but the Big 12 has 10, even though they're called the Big 12, but they should be called the Big 10, and the Big 10 should be called the Big 14, which is, kind of funny and weird at the same time, but, yeah, should probably do some predictions. Oklahoma and Texas are moving to the SEC, so it will eventually become the Big 8 with the big nobodies, actually. Texas and Oklahoma are the two best in this division. I mean Iowa State, I think, will definitely compete for this division this season, because I think Iowa State's pretty good. But let's hop into this. Like I said, Iowa State, I think, is pretty good with a senior quarterback, a senior tight end, and one of the best running backs in college football, and Breece Hall. Kansas State and Stanford. I think Stanford, probably. Kansas will get their 1-1 of the season. They'll probably still lose to South Dakota because they're Kansas and they lost their coach. Oklahoma State over to Missouri State. TCU, Baylor. Oklahoma will smash Tulane. Texas Tech and Houston. This is an interesting matchup that I could definitely see go either way. I don't know. Texas Tech has, I'm gonna go with Texas Tech and, what's his name? He's like a top prospect. He's a quarterback transfer from Oregon. I know who he is, but I'm just forgetting. Maryland, I think, will beat West Virginia, and then Texas will beat Louisiana. Moving on to week number 2. This is where games get very thin with watchable games. Baylor over Texas Southern. I think Coastal Carolina wants to beat Kansas. Coastal Carolina, I don't think it's too bad. And Kansas, I do think is pretty bad. Iowa State at home over Iowa. That's literally the only good game, probably. And that is sad. Kansas State over Southern Illinois. Oklahoma State, Oklahoma over Western Carolina. That's interesting. Cal and TCU. I don't know. I'm probably just going to go TCU at home. Texas Tech. Oh, this would have been a good game in, I don't know, somewhere in the 1900s. West Virginia over Long Island. Texas and Arkansas. I have no idea. I think I'm going to give Texas a win, though. Arkansas had some hype, but I don't know. I just think Texas is better. I think Boise will get a home win over Oak State. Boise tends to get wins over, top 25 Power 5 schools at home, so I think they can win there. K-State, Baylor over Kansas. Another game that would have been good, a long time ago. Nebraska and Oklahoma. Florida and Texas Tech. Iowa State, Texas. Va Tech and West Virginia. I have no idea, to be completely honest. I'm just going to go in the home team in the games that I have zero idea about. Iowa State over Baylor. Ooh, Kansas and Duke, the battle of two teams that suck. I think Duke will win. K-State, Oklahoma State. I don't know. That's an interesting game. I think I'm going to give it to Oklahoma State, though. Oklahoma with another win. TCU with a win. And then Texas with a win. Kansas to Iowa State. Iowa State for sure. And now I'm going to go with the upset of the year. Kansas State over Oklahoma. Kansas State has beaten Oklahoma the past 2 years. And I think they can do it again. Oklahoma is just going to lose one game. And that's it. You're only going to lose one game. I think it's going to be to Kansas State. I'm going to get so much hate for this in the comments, dude. Baylor, Oklahoma State. I really have no idea. Oak State probably. I probably should have read my magazine more before I did this recording session. Texas and TCU. I'm so brain dead right now. Like, I don't even know these teams because I haven't read my magazine in, like, I don't know, dude. Like, I'm just stating where I'm getting all my information from. I do find my own opinions, so, out of the magazine. So, West Virginia, I think Baylor, and then let's go TCU. TCU's undefeated. I'm gonna go Texas Tech and that Oregon transfer guy that I can't remember his name. Baylor over Brigham Young, BYU. I think Iowa State will beat Kansas State. Iowa State, top of the Big 12 right now. I think they could finish that way as well, but I think Oklahoma will probably finish that way. I think Oklahoma will because, I could see Oak State winning that one. West Virginia and TCU. TCU probably. Texas Tech, week 9. I just want Oklahoma to play Iowa State. That's going to be such a good matchup. Texas and Baylor. This is where Texas is just going to lose because they suck. Baylor, I think Kansas State at home. I hate just picking the home team in every matchup. But I also think Iowa State is very good. I think Iowa State's going to win about every game until they play Oklahoma, and then they're just probably going to get smashed. Kansas State over Kansas. Kansas 1-8. Baylor and TCU. I don't know that one, actually. Probably TCU because I picked the home team in every matchup. It's so bad, dude. Oklahoma, West Virginia, and K-State. I'm actually going to go West Virginia, I think. Oklahoma State. I mean, Oklahoma and Iowa State are just on a complete another level from, like, everything else in the conference. Here's the game we've all been waiting for. Oklahoma will smash Iowa State. It's just gonna happen. Wait and see. It's gonna happen. Kansas, go to TCU. TCU will win. Oklahoma State, Texas Tech. I have no idea, dude. Let's go Oak State. And then Texas. Week 13. Texas and Baylor. Texas Tech and Baylor. Iowa State gets back on track with a win against TCU. I could see Oklahoma losing that, but I'm not going to make them lose because I'm nice. Wow, this thing went really fast. So, in the Big 12 championship game, we'll go over each team. Kansas with the worst season. They finished pretty bad. Kansas State, okay season, but did lose their final 3 games, which ultimately kind of threw away anything at a bowl game. And then everyone else in the conference had a bowl game. Texas Tech with a very solid season. I think they're probably like 5th best in the... yeah, I'd say 5th best probably in the conference. So, finishing 8th, a bit disappointing to see. West Virginia, I mean, basically just, there's a 3-game losing streak in the middle of the year. They were definitely solid. TCU didn't win a road game. That's their story of the season. Oklahoma State did better. They started off 4-1, and then Big 12 play kind of ruined everything. Texas is just Texas. They lost random road games, but you know, they win most of their home games. They did lose at home to, well, that wasn't exactly a home game. That was a Red River matchup, so it's not a home game. Baylor, what a accomplishment, finishing 3rd in the Big 12. Yep, they weren't bad, they weren't good, they were just average. They lost 2 games and then another 2 games. So yeah, Baylor definitely wasn't mad. They didn't have an. I mean, they got 3 road wins over Texas State, Kansas, and Kansas State. So I mean, that's not exactly much. And then Iowa State, very, very good season. They could not just keep up with Oklahoma in the Oklahoma-Iowa State game, which basically decided it. But then a rematch for the Big 12 championship that I think Oklahoma will win. I just think Oklahoma's going to win this Big 12. And, yeah, Oklahoma is your Big 12 champion. And I think they will also make it to the college football playoff, along with Ohio State so far. And, yeah, that's it. Ohio State and Oklahoma are the 2 teams I think will make it so far. You're right. I don't think Clemson's going to make it this year. I have 2 more teams. And, I'm going to spoil it. They're not in the Pac-12. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. And I will see you in the next video, hopefully.